friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. For today's video, I have a grocery haul. My little table is positively stacked with ingredients to make a lot of really delicious home-cooked comfort food this week. In an effort to eat out less, I picked some of my absolute favorite cold weather meals to make this week. There's going to be a whole lot of cooking in my future, but I'm very much looking forward to all of the meals I have planned for this week. Some of them are pretty quick and easy, a couple of them. Some other ones are a little bit more labor intensive, but regardless, I'm really looking forward to a delicious week of meals. All of the ingredients here on the table, with the exception of some drinks, are primarily ingredients to make dinners. We have a ton of snacks. We have a ton of breakfast foods that I meal prepped last week, a ton of breakfast burritos that I made in the freezer. We've got lunch stuff. This is almost entirely dinners. What do I have on the menu this week? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. I am going to make stuffed squash. That is my family's #1 favorite fall and winter meal. It is stuffed acorn squash. Acorn squash stuffed with Italian sausage and rice and cheese. Delicious. So hearty. I'm also going to be making some cube steak. And actually, I said these are my favorites. I've never worked with cube steak. I typically will make like a Salisbury steak with gravy. That's essentially what I'm doing here, only I'm going to use cube steak instead of ground beef. It'll be my first time making it, but I think it's going to be delicious. I'm going to make some chicken and dumplings, which I'm very much looking forward to. I'm also going to make some ground beef stroganoff, which is a really quick and easy meal that my mom used to make growing up. It uses cream of mushroom soup and sour cream. Also on the menu this week, I have chicken Caesar salad wraps. For that, I'm going to make use of a rotisserie chicken, super quick and easy. And I have some frozen stuffed shells that I can throw together on a busy night. So, lots of comfort food. I'm very much looking forward to it. So let me show you what I purchased to make all those meals happen. Starting with my meats here, I've got chicken thighs. These are boneless and skinless. This is going to make my chicken and dumplings recipe. I actually might have enough chicken in here to also have some chicken noodle soup, like a small batch, for lunches that I can meal prep for next week. We shall see how that works out when I'm cooking it, but I love chicken and dumplings. My favorite are the little like drop dumplings. I don't like the ones that are like rolled out and flat. I like the nice big fluffy ones. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know which dumplings you prefer. Either way, very much looking forward to the chicken and dumplings recipe. Here is my cube steak. Like I said, I've never worked with this before, but I imagine it's going to be pretty simple. Just like coat it in flour, cook it up, make some gravy to go over top. I'm going to have some homemade mashed potatoes with it. Very much looking forward to trying that, and I know my family's going to love that as well. Here is the Italian ground sausage for my stuffed squash recipe. And right here I have a pound of ground beef. This is 80/20. I'm going to brown this up, drain it off, and use that to make my ground beef stroganoff, which is a family favorite. Also, for that stroganoff, I've got sour cream. I mix that in with that, as well as some cream of mushroom soup, which you will see in a little bit. The sliced provolone is to go on top of my stuffed squash. Parmesan cheese is for those chicken Caesar salad wraps. Right here are my acorn squash. These are a little bit small, but I'm going to make them work. Each of my family gets a half of the squash. I just roast it up and then stuff it full of all those delicious ingredients. I've got the fresh carrots and the celery sticks for my chicken and dumplings. And I've got some whole mushrooms. That is going to go in the stuffed squash recipe. Onions goes in the chicken and dumplings. It goes in the chicken noodle soup if I end up making that. So onions are so versatile. We always need onions. the russet potatoes for my mashed potato recipe. Here is that rotisserie chicken. It is nice and hot. I'm going to let it come up in temperature a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and shred it up to use for the chicken Caesar salad wraps and that chicken noodle soup. If I don't have enough chicken here, I can use that chicken there. So either way, I can make soup for lunch. Very excited about that. I got a couple of boxes of cornbread. When I'm thinking comfort food, cornbread is right on the top of my mind, so I decided to throw it in the cart. I believe we have all the ingredients in the freezer to make venison chili, and if that is the case, that may be on the meal plan next week. The long grain and wild rice you see back there is for the stuffed squash recipe. Needed the romaine lettuce for my chicken Caesar salad wraps, and our favorite creamy Caesar dressing is for that as well. Robbie requested Valentina sauce. I did not realize I was buying this giant 34-ounce bottle. That's the only problem with ordering online for delivery. At least for me, sometimes, even though I see, you know, what's on the screen in front of me, I don't pay super close attention to the size of things, and also I can't choose the size of things for, like, produce. So in the case of the stuffed squash, I would have preferred larger squash, and in the case of this Valentina sauce, I would have preferred a smaller bottle. Robbie's the one that requested that. It's his favorite hot sauce. He's the only one that eats this, so he's gonna have to use a whole lot of hot sauce. Right here is the cream of mushroom soup. I always buy the store brand. This is for my stroganoff, as is the bag of egg noodles back there. The Greek style pita is for the salad wraps. Austin requested more Gatorade to drink. Robbie requested more Arnold Palmer's to drink, so I got those for them. Right back here are the frozen stuffed shells. These are the Great Value brand, and they're delicious. They compete with what I could make at home, and I like to have something quick and easy, no fuss, in the freezer for busy weeknights. We are much less busy on the weeknights these days now that Austin's soccer has come to an end for the time being. But even still, we still have some nights where I just want to be able to throw something quick into the oven and not have to fuss, especially with all this other cooking I'm going to be doing this week. I deserve a night off. So that's what the stuffed shells is for. Back here, I grabbed a can of powdered coffee creamer and a can of sugar. This is actually to take to our office. Our employees like to make coffee in the morning. This is what they drink, so I grabbed that up for them. Gallon of milk, always needed. I bought these croutons. I thought that we would probably have leftover Caesar salad for those wraps, and we could have that on the side of our stuffed shells. So I grabbed the croutons to add to the extra lettuce, Parmesan cheese, make a little homemade Caesar salad to go with our stuffed shells one night. The baking mix is the base for my dumplings, for the chicken and dumplings, so I needed that. I've already talked to you guys about these things, so I think the very last thing I have here on the table is the broth that I need. So the beef broth is to make up the gravy for my cube steak. Very much looking forward to that. Chicken broth is for those chicken and dumplings and chicken noodle soup. So that's it. That's everything. Lots of ingredients here. I believe my total came to about $125, maybe $135. Don't exactly remember. I'll pop it up on the screen so that you guys can see. But that is everything. So very much looking forward to comfort meals this week. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite comfort food is. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.